Hi, this is Derek with MostInterestingLife.com, and today's video is a follow-up to an article I wrote on my site, MostInterestingLife.com, called Boring Rats on a Boring Treadmill. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean how just everyone wants more in life. They want to either be in better shape, they want to have more adventure, they want more money, they want more friends. Pretty much everyone would like something more in their life, but why don't they get it? And the reason is because of their day-to-day habits. They get stuck in these routines where they either don't have the time, the energy, or the focus to get there. They're like rats on a treadmill that are just running and running without actually getting anywhere. And it feels like they're doing a lot of work. They're expending all of their energy. They might be tired all the time. And even though they're tired and they don't have any time left over, they're not making progress in their lives. And a lot of this has to do with the habits that they have. And pretty much the only solution is to break the treadmill. But how do you do this? How do you break the treadmill of routine and actually make true progress in your life? Because most people feel like there's no extra free time. They're just not getting anywhere and they don't know how to get anywhere. So what you have to do is you have to find the time to break the treadmill. You have to create the time. You have to create the energy. And sometimes this is just inch by inch, little by little. Most people, they wake up in the morning, they go to work grudgingly, they make it through their day, they come home, they'll watch TV, maybe they want to rest, they go to bed, and they do it all over again. And on the weekends, they might have to catch up with chores, they have family stuff, they have things to do with the kids, whatever it is. And before you know it, weekends, vacation time, it's all gone too, and they're still in the same position. So a lot of times you have to do this little by little. You find maybe an hour a day to work on a business, to exercise more, maybe watching less television if you watch TV, maybe using your lunch hour. A lot of people that work and have a lunch hour, half an hour, they just want to rest, and maybe they'll eat and just rest or socialize a little bit. But you could be using this time to exercise. You could be using this time to research businesses. You could be using this time to work on a website. There's a lot of different things you can do. And a half an hour a day adds up to a lot over a year time. And if you don't do anything new, you're not ever going to make any progress. So it's good a lot of times to get new friends, to find new sources of income, and you're not always going to be able to find an 8-hour time block to do it. Maybe on the weekends you can, or late at night you could steal 3 hours, 4 hours here. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. You have the same 24 hours that Bill Gates has and had when he was building his businesses, that Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. You have the same 24 hours. It's just you're stuck in these habits of misusing your time. And also, it's energy. The energy you have is often a mental thing too. You have to decide to have more energy. You have to power through. And often the more momentum you build and energy you have and make yourself have, the more energy you will have. And it's surprising because these same people that say that they don't have time, these same people that are stuck on the treadmill of life, you give them a week off vacation. You give them a whole weekend, a whole week off, 2 weeks off, and you ask them at the end of it, what did they get done? And most of them, they didn't really do anything with it. That's why I'm against the whole staycation idea of if you have a vacation, just staying home and you think you're going to catch up on all the stuff. No, if you have a week off, my opinion, leave the country. But that's another video. I talk about traveling a lot because you should be able to, no matter what, get your errands done during your lunch hours or squeeze it in other times. And you really, you should value your time in a completely different way and find ways that you're wasting time. Because otherwise you're never going to break this treadmill. You're never going to, for one thing, get in shape if you're not in good shape. You're not going to find ways to progress in your job the same way you could that if you were looking to get different certifications, take different night classes, whatever it takes, or to build an income. So you have to, no matter what, you have to find ways, and often you have to claw and bite and scratch inch by inch in order to do this. You have to build new habits, and these habits get easier over time. It gets easier to eat better, it gets easier to exercise regularly, it gets easier to spend an hour or two working on a side business. These things get easier at a time, but especially at first, if you've just been on the same treadmill and the same routine for so many years, just the thought of finding 2 extra hours in your day will seem impossible. But like anything else, it's a habit that you need to build and build. And if you don't do it, you're going to be stuck on a treadmill your whole entire life until you're too old to enjoy any free time anyway. And what will your life be at that point? And what's the alternative? Either you find the time, you make the time, you find the energy, and you make the energy, or you're just going to be stuck on the sad, boring treadmill your entire life. So sometimes you have to work when you're tired. Sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do as much. Instead of watching a couple hours of television, you have to do a little work, do a little research, take new actions. If you don't take new actions, you're not going to see new results. Your life is not going to change for the better. Nothing new, no change. So don't feel too bad if this is your case. This is how most people are. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They're waking up for jobs that they don't like. They feel like they have very little time. Most people don't feel like they have a ton of extra energy. This is most people. But if you're watching this channel, you're looking into these types of videos, you're looking to be beyond most people. So don't feel bad if you're in this position, but realize it's going to take a lot of effort to break the treadmill, whatever treadmill that is that you're stuck on, but it's worth it. So find the extra time, find the extra energy, claw and scratch inch by inch, hour by hour, minute by minute. Build the momentum, because this is what it's going to take to really make change in your life and to live a much more interesting life. So that's pretty much all I was getting at. You could find the article that I wrote as just a little bit more detail on this whole subject of being a boring rat on a boring treadmill and how to break it, and along with all the other articles that I have and videos. So if you like it, give it a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, leave a comment, go to my site. Look to progress in life always, and until next time, stay interesting.